Hey guys, it's the Metalhead Guy here, and I'm back with another video. Today's topic, gateway metal bands. How to get into heavy metal. What you do is you start off at the roots. You start off with bands like Black Sabbath, Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, Motorhead, Saxon. You know, old school, new wave of British heavy metal. Right stuff. That's how I personally started getting into heavy metal. Is I grew up listening to bands like Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, and Black Sabbath, bands like them, and that's what started my trend with heavy metal. And then I got a little older, started picking out more of my own music choices. I got into a lot of the mainstream stuff to start off with, like Metallica, Slayer, Megadeth, Judas Priest, not Judas Priest, I already mentioned them. Anthrax is what I meant to say. Started getting into the big four, developed my taste for heavy metal, and that's kind of how I started off with heavy metal. And from there, Spotify introduced me to a whole bunch of different shit. So did friends and music and stuff. And I got into a bunch of non-mainstream stuff like Abbath and Mayhem. I don't really consider them too mainstream. Also got into stuff like Obliviscaris, stuff like that. A lot of non-mainstream stuff. Now I listen to a bunch of heavy metal. So what you do is you start off with the original heavy metal, which is bands like Motorhead, Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, and then from there you kind of go into develop the more big mainstream metal, not poser metal like Asking Alexandria, Black Rides, like true metal like Metallica. And actually I got 3 CDs I recommend to you for getting into heavy metal: Metallica's Master of Puppets, Metallica's Kill 'Em All, and Metallica's Ride the Lightning. I have a bunch more CDs I'd start showing you guys, but they're all downstairs in my crawl space somewhere. I don't have the time to go dig out a bunch of CDs since we have over 100 CDs? No, over 200 CDs. Yeah. So that's how I started off getting into metal. And then from there, you got this thrash metal stuff. You can start digging into a bunch of stuff if you still like it, like maybe try some heavier thrash metal like Satyricon, Death, Children of Bodom. You can start trying death metal, black metal, progressive metal. A few of the black metal bands I recommend are Abbath, Immortal, Mayhem. Start off with black metal, develop there. For death metal, if you want to get into that shit, or I actually like death metal, I can't say shit, but you know what I mean. I suggest starting off with bands like Death, Satyricon, a mix between thrash and death metal, then maybe start getting into more stuff like, if you want melodic death metal, Blackguard, Abbath, Insomnium. If you want brutal death metal, Annihilator, Cannibal Corpse, Dying Fetus. Thrash metal, I recommend the Big Four, and actually Big Four through the Big 16, which is bands like Nuclear Assault, Metallica, Anthrax, Megadeth, Slayer, Overkill, Testament, Exodus, bands like them, Sodom, Tankard. If you want to get into thrash metal, I suggest those bands. Progressive metal, I suggest Dream Theater to start off with. Great band. Then also I like Obliviscaris, which combines a few different subgenres. That's kind of how I did it. Started off heavy metal, moved into all these. Listen. Also, do not keep a closed mind. Like, I specifically want to listen to death metal. I'm only gonna do that. And do not do that. You're missing out on something a lot bigger if you do that. And it's not like, I'll try it, but I don't like it. That's okay if you don't like it. But you're missing out on something you may like if you keep a closed mind. Like, I only listen to Dying Fetus and Cannibal Corpse. You shouldn't do that. You should get into a bunch of other stuff. Next up. How do you got a friend or something, or that likes metal, but you don't particularly listen to it, but you want to get to know them better. Start off with, see what they like and see what they listen to. If it's a lot of mainstream stuff, maybe go sit in the car with them and listen to some of their metal. Or figure it out for yourself, maybe. Like, say they listen to stuff like Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, Megadeth. start listening to the old stuff. See if you like it. Or if you don't like it, maybe try some other metal. If you like that stuff, show them the metal. It grows both your guys' music taste a lot. And, how do you get something like a girlfriend or a boyfriend in the metal? You can't force it on them, that's for sure. But, you know, maybe try some stuff like, oh, if you're in the car or something, you know, driving on a date, blast died Fetus! Or Metallica. I don't think you'd want to listen to Dying Fetus on a date. Maybe after sex. But, you know, try that stuff, see if they like it. If your boyfriend or girlfriend listens to it and you want to get into it, definitely figure out what they listen to, see if they like it. Also start figuring out some bands on your own to show them. And then you can impress them more and say, like, I want you bad. It's... Girls, if you're watching this, guys definitely find it attractive if you show them some metal bands. Trust me. Guys watching this, show your girls some metal. And let them show you some metal. That's how you know if it's a keeper. Alright. Now let's gateway metal and how to get into metal. I personally got some friends in the metal through, like, I showed them some of the old school, more mainstream stuff. Actually, I had one friend get into metal because of Cannibal Corpse. You know, that's how I started showing them, getting them into metal with a lot more mainstream stuff. And that's kind of what helped me work through it, get them into it. I actually have a disappointing story, which is my first video on how that friend who listens to Cannibal Corpse became emo. I couldn't get too many friends into it. Alright, I thought this video would be a lot longer, but I guess I rushed through it a little bit. Alright, album recommendation. I did this in the past, but it's just such a fantastic album, I thought I'd do it again. Abbath, Season of Mist. Great album. I got the deluxe edition, which came with a bonus track called Nebular Raven's Wind. It is phenomenal. Gotta see these guys live. That's where I got it signed, and actually I got a wristband right here. Also signed by Abbath. And I definitely recommend this album. I can't wait for his next album. If you get the chance to go see Abbath, or, yeah, Abbath live, definitely go see him. He is a hilarious guy. He's really nice, fun to talk to. And his stage performance is phenomenal. You got lights, pyrotechnics. You got him in between songs, making everything hilarious that he can. He's just a great guy, and you can't get enough of Abbath. So, you know, great album. There's a few live things he has on YouTube. Warriors is probably one of the best songs, which is a cover of I personally can't wait for it to be on an album. You know, I guess that's it for the video. Metalhead Guy, see you guys later.